For those keeping score at home, Hossein Ashktorab is Valley Water's manager of recycled water at and here it is. Sorry. He's the unit manager of recycled and purified water at Valley Water and has been since 1998, actually. He is currently chair of the WateReuse International Advisory Committee and has a doctorate in soil and water science from UC Davis. Hossein is responsible for all of Valley Water's recycling program and has played a key role in the implementation of the Silicon Valley Advanced Purified Water Center and building purified water projects in the Valley of Heart's Delight, otherwise known as Silicon Valley. So yeah, take it away, Hossein.
Thank you, Dennis. Good afternoon, everyone. And thank you, Dennis, for giving me the opportunity to share some information about the recycle and purify water projects that we have in Silicon Valley. It's good to hear about the conservation program. I used to do the conservation and recycle water together. I think the success that we got from conservation has been tremendous. And recycling is going to be the next. I think everybody now talking about conservation and recycling, which used to be not really talking about it as much before. So I'm really happy to hear the interest of everybody's now into looking at recycled water. So when we talk about recycled water, I just want to make sure we understand when we say recycled water, some people they call recycled water is our both recycled water, which is the purple pipe. You irrigate with that, and also for cooling towers, industrial use. And then purified water is where we get the wastewater and recycled water actually through the purification facility like we have in Silicon Valley Advanced Purification Center. And then we use it for either groundwater recharge or also direct potable. So when we're talking about 10% solution here, I just want to, another thing I want to mention is 10% solution, which Dennis came up with, is coming from our board direction, our agency board direction, that's going to be 10% of total water use in the county coming from recycled water. So with that, I'm going to mention a little bit about who we are. I think our agency not only is going to be responsible and has been responsible for water supply, but also is flood protection as well as the healthy creek and ecosystem, which is the environmental stewardship. So we have a lot of system in terms of the water supply in the county. We have, we can see here, one advanced water purification facility. This advanced water purification facility is the new treatment plant that is converting the existing recycled water to purified water, which, as I said, it can be used for groundwater recharge and can be used for the drinking water. So, and then we have other also facilities here, as you can see, a lot of miles of pipes. And then also we have 10 dams and surface water reservoirs, water treatment. So by those, we are actually creating the good water and safe water for drinking for the public in about 2 million people in the county. So the water supply is coming from different ways. One, of course, is half of it coming from outside the county as an imported water. And then the 30% coming, which is very important, local water. And we also use it for groundwater recharge, and also some of it is naturally uh, recharge groundwater. So our groundwater is so important to us because it's a big reservoir under the soil. So you have get a lot of benefit by having that type of big container, which is saving your water, and then doesn't have evaporation. It keep it clean and everything else. So we don't want it to impact that water. And also, we have so far, by collaboration with our partners in the county, we have 5% of our water coming from water reuse or recycled water. Conservation is a big portion of it. It's been very successful, like everybody else mentioned. We have 15% conservation of water supply coming from conservation side, which is reducing the demand side. So as I mentioned, the groundwater is so important. That's why we have this graph here is showing the blue line coming down, showing the water level in the ground, under the ground actually. And as you can see, sometime like 1960s, the groundwater level went down, and then that's why it causing some subsidence on the surface. And we don't want to do that. We don't want to see that happen again because it's going to be damage everything on the top, and also it's going to damage the underground storage as well. So we wanted to keep that healthy water level in the soil under the underground. So that's why we are investing not only on the other things that we investing for conservation and bringing more water to the county, but also we are really putting a lot of effort on recycled water, which making sense because you don't have to use just the water one time. You have to recycle it like everything else. So what we are with the recycled water in the county. You can see in this graphs that we show the recycled water, which I call it at the beginning. This is just a purple pipe. You can see in different places in the county that they do irrigation for industrial use. Where we are on that, this is the area that shows that we almost around close to 20,000 acre-feet per year of using recycled water in the whole county. 4 producers we have in the colony, all of them together is going to be almost 20,000 acre-feet per year. And then we look at the working with our partners. We look at if we can expand it and how we can expand it. So with the water master plan that we developed, we show that in order to get all this recycled water in the whole county by our partners, we may get to 33,000 acre-feet per year. Because if you want to have pipeline everywhere and get it to all the small customers and even the residential area, it's going to be very expensive. So the next level that we look at it under our master planning is to actually create and develop water reuse. Water reuse means, again, using recycled water, which you already have, and put it into advanced treatment. And then the advanced treatment means the state-of-the-art technology that's going to do something that nature does actually for you. We do it faster and better under control. So with the Silicon Valley Advanced Education Center, if you guys have anytime you haven't seen it, please sign up. We have a tour of that, and then you can go through and see what the Silicon Valley Advanced Education Center treatment train does with the water. And once you're coming out from that, the water is coming out is very clean. We call it distilled water. There's nothing in there. So, and that's why we will be able to use that for total reuse, for drinking water. At this time, we don't use that with the Silicon Valley Advanced Education Center. we use it to mix it with the existing recycled water to make the quality better. However, we have a plan to actually use that for drinking, and that plan is right now underway. We developed this is the goal that we have, up to 24,000 acre feet of water reuse by 2028. So what we did is we look at how much water is available in the county as a wastewater. So you can see it's about 90% of the wastewater has been used, hasn't been used. Just only 10% of that has been used for recycled water. So we have so much water available to use for either recycling or purified water. So with that, look at it that one, we said, okay, if we going to do for the first time countywide water use master plan, the master plan, which look at all the recycled water holistically in the county, all the wastewater availability, and then see what we can do in order to actually use that water. So by that, we look at it, the horizon was up to 2040 planning. So we look at it to say, what are the possibilities here? So as you can see in this picture, there are a lot of possibilities by using this wastewater that's available from our wastewater treatment plants in the county, which is our partners. It's not under us, but our partners with us in the county to actually use those water. So one is as I said, enhancing for recycled water that's doing right now. And then the other one is groundwater recharge that we're working on it. And we'll try to actually coming up with the design construction through the partnership, public-private partnership. The part that is very important is, okay, what is this plan is doing for us? So we look at the plan to look at all the possibilities happening in the county. What are the potential things can happen? As I said, it could be expansion of the existing recycled water, or could be development of groundwater recharge with the purified water. And then it could be direct potable, that after the purified water has been created, then we can directly put it to the system, the contribution to the distribution system. So these are the different areas. And the part that is very good about this master plan that we did is it's so flexible. You can pick from one area and add another area into it. So it makes it so flexible to make sure we have all options available to us. So we are looking into different alternatives to come up with 24,000 acre feet of water reuse. And with that, the first project that we're looking at, which we call a near-term project, is going to be groundwater recharge. So we are looking to purify water, wastewater, and then put it into the ground. So recharge that water to the ground, and having it available for the pumping of our retailers that they're going to pump from groundwater, and that is pure water. So not only we are doing that, we are making it much more that safer and better, because we can based on the regulation, we can just to tertiary treated level, which is what we're using for irrigation, and put it into the ground. But we go one step above that when we do advanced treatment. So we make it much more cleaner before we can put it into the groundwater. And then there are other flexibility that we look at. The next phase would be raw water augmentation, treated water augmentation. These are where you can actually get that purified water and put it either before the conventional treatment plant and treat it once more, and then or actually connected to your distribution system, which is pipe-to-pipe system. These are the two, the raw water augmentation and treated water augmentation. They call it direct potable reuse. These are not yet, the regulation is not there, but it's going to coming out on 2023, next year. So we are working on that with regulators, with other agencies to make sure it's going to be available for us in the near future. So what we look at is, we look at the first project is going to be in Palo Alto. This is what you can see here is Palo Alto treatment plant, and then we're going to put the advanced treatment plant close to it. And then once we build the advanced treatment plant, we are also building this pipeline all the way go to Los Gatos Recharge Pond. This is the pond that it can be, we actually right now putting the import or other waters into it to recharge groundwater with. So once we have purified water, we can actually put that into the pipeline and then send it to the Los Gatos system. So we can recharge groundwater for it. It goes through the, as I said, treatment plant, which is, we call it purification facility. One of the things that also Dennis mentioned today is auto concentrate, so-called brine, that is a byproduct of purification facility. It's all the salt and all the contaminants in the salt that we have to somehow discharge it. So purified water pump, and then also goes to the recycled water system here. These are the different options. As I said, the master plan that for the first time we develop in the county is look at holistically everything together. And we look at Palo Alto, look at San Jose. So because there's a wastewater treatment plant in San Jose and also Palo Alto, if you want to get the water and then use it for water supply, purify it and use it for groundwater recharge or use it for direct water use, these are the different options that we have. So this is the beauty of this master plan. Look at all the options that's possible. This is a kind of timeline that we have for the first and largest purified water in Northern California. That's the one that we call it. We are working on it now, and then hopefully we will be getting to the, as I said, using the public-private partnership, and by 2028, we're going to be looking at to finish this project and start using the water. So from now until 2028, there's a lot of things happening, designing, construction, operation, and everything else that we have to get permits for it too. So one thing I wanted to mention, it's very, very important, is in order to be really successful in those projects, because we are not responsible for wastewater in the county, but we have partners in the county. We work with different partners like San Jose, Santa Clara, and Palo Alto, and then Sunnyvale, and in South County, we work with the SCOA. So these are the 4 partners we're working on. So we need to really make sure that we have that collaboration going. We get the wastewater from them or treat the wastewater from them and then go through the advanced treatment. So, and then also another thing, very important stakeholders, the people that is going to give us the ideas and how we're going to do it, what is the best way to do it. The regulators, we keep them in the loop from the beginning. And another thing we have that we're really proud of is independent advisory panel. These are the most knowledgeable people in the nation, I would say, that they are helping us to look at all aspects of this project, that we wanted to make sure the water is safe and completely successful, to make sure everything from the beginning to the end we're doing in the right way. So these are areas that we really emphasize on. And one thing that we want to also emphasize on the technology. So we also looking at not only IPR, but also we look at the potential future DPR, which we call it DPR ready, the direct water reuse. So by that, we are looking into a lot of research and studies we're doing with the other agency ourselves at the Silicon Valley Advanced Water Purification Center. This has been a great things for us to really use this center for future, not only for now, but also for future of water supply. So one thing that, again, Dennis brought up, that's very important to look at. Without this oral concentrate management, none of those, the project on the Purified Water project is going to be successful. Somehow you need to discharge that and then discharge it successfully, either ocean or the bay. We have a really sensitive bay. That's why we're working with different groups. You can see some of the groups that we are working here with university and also with regulators to make sure that we are going to be doing that successfully. So this is also a glance through what we have been doing on the outreach from the beginning. So we have been doing this for years to make sure the public are supporting this project. It's one of the things with the purified water is the public perception. So we have been successful in giving the public good information, and the support has been increasing. It's not finished yet. We are working still with them. So at the end, I just want to end here and give you the highlights of this. That, as I said, we need at least 10% of total water supply in the county by 2025 to be used for recycled water or coming from recycled water. The next one is developing 24,000 acre-feet per year by 2028, which this project I mentioned, the groundwater recharge project, it would be the first one, the first phase of this project that's going to be giving us about 11 to 12,000 acre-feet per year of water supply. And no need to say that this water is really drought resistant, is also increasing the water supply. And it's not only helping this area, this is the area, this very important area, as Nicole mentioned, and other, is really the important areas in California. The Silicon Valley is very important. So water is very, very important to the economy of this area. So that's why not only are we helping this area, which is this our county, but also we're helping the whole California as well. With that, I would like to stop right here and thank you everyone for listening. Any question, I would be happy to answer.
Yes, thank you, Hossein. So the question I have is, right, as of today, I think I've seen something that the capacity or the amount of water getting processed today, under advanced purification is it 8 million gallons
Yes.
today?
Yes.
So I guess with all these other things, expansion of capacity in Alviso plus all the other projects you're talking about tripling by 2028.
Yeah. So the one that you just talked about, the ADMGD, the treatment plant, the purification facility that they have, at this time, that water is not being used for drinking. It's just going to help the recycled water. So enhancing the quality of existing recycled water. But the future expansion of purification facility, either in San Jose, and also what we are working right now with Palo Alto, is going to be the first projects that we use the wastewater for drinking. So that's a part that we are working at this time.
So you're talking about 24,000 acre feet?
Up to 24,000 acre feet by 2028. The phase with Palo Alto is going to be about 11,200 acre-feet per year with Palo Alto water, wastewater.
Okay, and then if you could do the math for us as far as the current Alviso facility. I mean, I know it is not technically potable reuse. I mean, I think it would pass muster as potable water, but I just try to get a sense of the the capacity right now, the output now versus what, and how that would fit into this mix. And so I know we're talking about millions of gallons a day, but in terms of what that is looking at, like acre feet per year.
Oh, acre-feet per year. It's about about 9,000 acre-feet per year, something like that.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I'm sorry. I don't mean to put you on the spot and do math equations, but
No, it is similar to just about you have to times by 11,000. The only thing is then is that the water coming out from purification facility, and you call it Alviso, next to the San Jose Santa Clara
Mhm.
water purification water facility, wastewater facility, is actually helping the recycled water, adding more to the recycled water, not only making the recycled water quality better, but also during the time that's the peak time during the summertime, we really running the whole treatment Silicon Valley Demonstration Center in a full capacity to make sure that we are responding to customers' demand through San Jose and Santa Clara facility. So not only we make the recycled water quality better, but also we increase the use of recycled water by that plant. So that's the advantage of this plant.
And I have a qualitative question, and that is, in terms of the processes that the water that you get goes through RO concentrate. It goes through, there's a microfiltration, and I think UV as well. But when it goes through RO concentrate, it pretty much strips everything out. In terms of potable water use, are you going, I mean, what is added back in terms of taste of water?
Yeah. So it's a good question, Dennis, you mentioned. So we are going through the MF microfiltration, go to RO system, which is the heart of the system is RO system. It's a membrane system that if you look at it, you see that, it's so tiny holes that only hydrogen, oxygen can go through. Sometimes the low molecular, also other no molecular weight contaminants can go through that. That's why we have the UV, as you mentioned, in ultraviolet. And also, we're going to add advanced oxidation. That's another disinfection. Anything very small goes through, and even UV cannot take care of it. Advanced oxidation is going to take care of it and then break the bond, and they are not going to be harmful anymore. So the water that we get is so clean. If you put that water into the pipeline, it's going to eat the pipeline. So that's why we have to condition it. We should put some mineral back into it, like calcium, into it to make sure that once we're going to carry that water is not going to damage the pipeline.
Interesting. And so that is currently what is done now in terms of adding back for pipeline. And then I was just also, though, wondering about adding for taste, because actually before COVID, we SSV we had been working with I'll say a water engineer on tuning RO concentrate in kind of small batch to achieve different tastes by essentially like micro dosing elements in water, and we were ready to do, and I have a picture of it I could find. We were going to do water flights like they have for wine or beer, where you would taste straight RO concentrate, which doesn't taste very, there's nothing to taste, and then but with the addition of some minerals, the water has a different taste.
Yeah, of course. Sometimes the people come into Silicon Valley Advanced Patient Center, they taste the water that coming out. Actually, we are working on bottling that water right now. Hopefully by early next year, calendar year, we have bottle ready, and then Bill can take it and go at home and drink it at home. So the people drinking it, they said the taste is better than their normal tap water. So that's some of the comment that we get from the public. To me, is the taste is there, and it's just again, if you wanted to have more tasty, you have to add more mineral into it. But the quality is very important to us to make sure the quality is good quality of water, is safe to drink, and that's the number one goals for us.
Oh, well, obviously, yes. The safety of the water and the quality is, the primary concentration on that. This has long been a kind of a thing I've been focused on. Is once that is assumed, how does this actually taste? And I mean it. And actually, if the bottling is not in they're probably plastic bottles, which is a whole issue with the taste of water, as well. But anyway, this is an area that I will continue to bug you about in future, but I'll drop this for now, because as water is made. Just like, for instance, if, we'll be talking tomorrow about gray water, and, you don't want necessarily to have, the water that the laundry to landscape water, it's fine for a lot of plant. It's important maybe to, just even start thinking and doing your laundry, what kind of detergent and things you're doing, but you would want something that would support laundry to landscape. But it's not something that's not pure RO concentrate that's going out to the landscape, right? It would actually, the plants like certain additives and potassium in it, or different things, would be beneficial as well. So in a similar manner, that's why I was asking about the taste, because it wasn't too long ago, it was always non-potable water reuse, and then suddenly a switch went on and it was potable water reuse, and the water didn't change really. It was but the the thinking about it and the ambition kind of changed. So with that ambition, we have to have tasty water.
Exactly.
So anyway, I thank you for coming and showing us this thing. I was asking again about that, 24,000 acre feet per year from potable reuse, is a pretty audacious goal. And so I do want to underline that there's there's a fair amount of water being made right now, through advanced purification, but the future planning is, that's a heck of a lot. And so that's something we obviously will keep abreast of as you have these developments along in Santa Clara County. So thanks once again, Hossein.
Yeah, thank you.
For your annual report, because we really depend on you to give us updates on kind of what has been going on.
Thank you, Dennis. I appreciate for the invitation, and happy to come back again whenever you
Okay, we're going to take you up on that, but in the meantime, we're going to have Karen come on.